Hello, everybody. Welcome to SpeakEasy Conversations. Greg, you're already starting. What you got there, my man? Oh, the lager. What are your thoughts?
It's a lager. Oh, we're supposed to say Happy International Something Day.
International Beer Day. Sorry.
Is this a straightforward lager, Doug? Is there anything else I'm supposed to be getting out of this?
No, just a straight up lager. I know you like lagers, so I thought I'd send it out your way. You know,
I like them all, but yes, I don't know. So, Doug, we're at a point in craft beer where, we went through the IPA phase, and now we're kind of in like a lager phase, and it's almost like unless you do something. Unless your lager stands on its head, I'm just gonna be like,
stand on your head lager.
This isn't a stand on your head lager. It's not bad, but it's not like, I don't know. I'm not getting anything unique about it, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way. Again, it doesn't have to. That's not a bad or good. It's just a straightforward lager.
Yep. Like I said, I feel like that's the kind of beer that those kind of places will put out just to kind of approximate the like sort of, Michelob Ultra and, Budweiser drinkers to kind of be able to drink. So,
yeah, well, many of them are, well, forget it. Go on. I'll be nice to start off. I believe it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm actually starting with, not with an international beer yet. I got this from Zero Gravity Brewing. Jaws, and basically it's for the I think it was like 50th anniversary or some shit of the movie Czech style Pilsner. And canned in May, so at least it's not super old, so that's good news.
Okay, what does a fucking Czech style Pilsner have to do with a damn shark?
Other than the fact that it just exploded when I opened it, so
Daniel's in the comments, so I'm pretty sure Daniel, of all people, can make a correlation between a shark and a Czech lager.
Yeah, I'm sure it has to do with the hops, but Jesus. I'd lost probably a quarter or a third of the beer.
I'm talking about the shark and the hops.
Yeah, that's my guess. So that whole can, because it exploded, gave me that much beer. God damn it. Wasn't really what I was hoping to start the evening with, but that's been sitting in my fridge. I didn't shake it up or drop it or nothing. So,
how many exploding cans have you had on the Friday streams?
I've had a few. Usually it's later when I've had a few drinks and I mishandled them, but this was it. It was right in the fridge here, and I opened it and just erupted all over the place. So like my rugs all got beer on it now too. So yep, I christened the new studio floor. You are correct. I did. So sadly, but this is a very standard Pilsner, much like your lager, just it's fine. It's nothing remarkable, but it's okay.
Well, all right. We haven't done this in a while. Dateline, Utah. Can I add both these at the same time? No, I'm not. A Utah man, y'all. Jacob Schmidt survived a harrowing 11-hour ordeal after a side-by-side accident left him seriously injured. While I'm supposed to do this too. Hold on. I'm supposed to have his vehicle rolled off a cliff, throwing him out and causing a broken leg and a fractured ankles and broken ribs, y'all. Despite losing his radio, his phone and his radio, this guy was with the unwavering loyalty of his unharmed dog, y'all. Buddy splinted his whole fucking own knee, guided by the light of Buddy's collar. He crawled down the mountain for 11 fucking hours. Buddy remained by his side throughout the whole ordeal, providing comfort and motivation. By daybreak, this guy got to his truck finally after he rolled his his SUV or something. He rolled something.
It's a side by side. It's a
okay. And then he drove to a diner where this wonderful employee called 911 and hooked him up. He was in the hospital for 4 days, and then he got to see the dog that helped save his life. Apparently, now he's at home and he's working on himself again, and he's got a GoFundMe, and the whole situation is kind of wild. Doug, what do you think about this?
I just wonder if his brothers John and Jingleheimer visited him in the hospital, since he's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I apologize, folks. Also, that is an amazing freaking story. I don't know, man. We all want to think we're our own heroes, but if you're in that situation, I'm not sure how far I'd be able to go. I'd like to think I could do it, but I doubt it.
Yeah. I don't know. Couldn't one of our author friends make this like a novel and a TV show and shit? Come on now.
I'm sure.
Couldn't Jess or Chuck turn this into like a horror film? Come on, because it was horror for 11 hours. The dude was like, come on, y'all. To me, Doug, when I first heard this story, I'm like, this is a made-for-TV
movie. Yeah.
We get
127 hours, or whatever that movie was with James Franco.
Yeah, three little mini series here, and we can horror it out. And of course, I mean, again, not that those details are harrowing enough, we can make it worse. You know what I mean? By you know how this goes. Yeah. I would say I'll say Chuck Wendig because he'll make it Stephen King, obviously. It's great. So, all right, Doug.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, that guy has his own cult, by the way, just for the record. He literally has his own cult.
Is he the cult leader?
Yeah. I think it's him and one of his other band members from 30 Seconds to Mars had a whole retreat with their fans and made it like a cult thing. He came out in this big white robe. It was fucked up.
Is it real though, or is it just him being a fucking?
Apparently, it's real enough that these people actually clamored to do it. So, I don't know. Maybe it was just.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. All right, Doug. So, Doug, this is a guest that you introduced to us.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a guest that you were like, hey, we need to have her back on.
Yeah. Been almost a year, which seems impossible, but.
So, I'm just going to leave you for the wonderful introductions that you bring to this episode. To these episodes.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So y'all know Jess McHugh. We had her back on actually on my birthday of last year, which is September 13th. So that's I was like, man, maybe have Jess on, but it's I don't know. We didn't have her on that long ago. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, oh no, that was on my birthday. It was 10 months ago. That's a long time. And she just re-released a book. Well, actually, kind of released it, I guess, because she pretty much told us she rewrote the whole thing. So yeah,
I got confused.
Yeah, but regardless, wanted to have her on so she could talk about her latest book, baby. So why don't we bring on the awesome Jess McHugh?
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
how's everyone doing? Thank you
Hello,
so much
everybody.
for being back on.
Yeah, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's really good to see you guys too.
Oh my!
Oh, my goodness. For me, okay.
What's in
Thank
the
you
glass,
so much.
Jess?
Yeah.
Anything in the glass?
What was it?
Anything in
Yeah,
the
I wish
glass?
I had like a cool thing I could. What can I do? There we go. There's my little magic trick.
Anything you're drinking? Anything in your glass?
Yeah, I couldn't remember what I was drinking. I feel like I was drinking the same thing last time I was on, but I'm not sure. I'm drinking Attaboy beer, Guava No Guava.
You didn't have that last time.
It's my favorite beer in town, basically. I love it so much. I have a crowler of another favorite beer if I hit it, but I got a Guava No Guava on standby. It's a New England IPA. I'm definitely a hazy, juicy IPA girl. So it's definitely good. I love their motto. Yeah. Day done, have one. So it's a very like attaboy. You did a good job. You have your beer.
It's like a reward.
Exactly. That's definitely very much their vibe.
Yeah. Also, look at the color on it. It looks like very like
yeah, it's like orange juice, baby.
Yeah, looks like
man.
it.
Yeah,
Yummy.
no, you can't see anything through that. That's 5 pounds going straight to my ass. God bless it. God bless it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll dance it off. We're good.
Yeah, I'll try.
That's fine. Yeah, just I said last time that your dance videos always make me actually bring me a smile because you're just having such a good time, and I think that's
yeah. Great. I mean, I really hate exercise. It's just the worst. So if I can find it, like dancing brings me the most joy as far as exercise goes. So yeah, once I realized people liked watching that, I was like, okay, then we'll spread the joy a little bit. As much as I can. Joy and horror.
Excellent. I'm gonna jump in here real quick, dog. We're gonna get to your latest creation here. Recently came out when we talk about what we're reading. But until then, I just like before we get to this guy, I was almost just gonna skip over this guy, but do you have any comments, suggestions, anything to say about this guy, Jess?
How dare you make me cry at 1 p.m. at my workplace, sending me this article. That is my comment. I work at a front desk, sir. People approach me often.
They approach you with tears in your eyes.
Yeah, but luckily I work at a tattoo piercing shop, so that's commonplace. Amazing. For one, that the dog was not injured, because that's like, I think like anyone with a pet and like someone who travels and goes on these excursions with their pet, his first thought coming to would be, is my dog okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bet that was and like to then it still be in its carrier and unharmed after what was a crazy, they said, like 10 or 15 times like rolled or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like down the cliff. Like I mean that's a miracle on itself that the dog was unharmed. So then the fact that they buddied it out together, oh my God, yeah, that's amazing. And I definitely cried, and happy ending, and it could definitely be a horror movie or horror novel.
I mean,
but the dog survives, so I mean,
we've seen worse stories made into and we've seen worse stories made into better movies, if that makes sense. So
right, I mean, it is. Yeah, it's kind of like Homeward Bound meets 127 hours. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I would love to see it.
Yeah,
even make the guy younger and let's go.
yeah, and you
a 17-year-old kid like doing his last thing before he goes to college or something, and brings his dog that has to leave at home. Like it's their last like excursion they do before he leaves to college. And oh my God, tear-jerking horror wonderfulness. I'm not writing it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not writing that.
I tried.
As much as I would love to, my soul's a little too fragile.
One of the funniest things is you know how the internet likes to recycle stories like this. So I was just shocked more than anything that it happened less than a week ago. Normally we hear stories like, oh, it happened a couple of years ago and this guy's recovering. No, this guy is still basically just getting out of the hospital. So I thought that was excellent.
Sounds hopeful for being back out and being out with his dog again.
Yeah.
So a touching story.
Yes. And this is a touching story, isn't it?
Could be.
Touching. The McHugh is touching, I guess. Touching a
a
lot of lives in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, but this is our main hub to find everything about you, right?
It is kind
that's
of
where we start. All right.
I try.
And you and Doug are going to have a healthy conversation about reading and what you're reading and going back and forth on that. But other than the new thing that we're talking about, at some point, what's been going on with you this past year?
Oh my gosh! Oh, funny thing about that picture, by the way, that's the McHugh background. I worked at a place called the Pop Shop, and we had steel counters, and I literally just took a picture of the counter. And like that made the swirl. It was like the rainbow swirl, and then I just pumped up all the colors and everything, and that's how I got that weird swirl image. So
that's pretty awesome.
weird backstory. This year has been Witches in the Warren. I have literally been putting all of my effort into Witches in the Warren, which is the third book in the Gardening Guidebooks trilogy. I probably mentioned it the last time I was on, because I've been writing it since the dawn of time. It just feels that way sometimes. I am so in love with this book, and I have been dedicating pretty much every moment I have to making it super rad. And it's also it's a very complicated book because there are so many characters and a lot of ends to tie up. So that's what I've mostly been working on. I've been working on here and there a little bit my Blackout poetry collection Feast, which I was playing with it, and I was like, then I get too excited about it, and then I'm like, no, I have to focus on the other thing. So like, I've been very much that, where I'm like, my mind goes like dabbling a little bit, and I was like, no. And so I've really honestly been focusing on that, and just, trying to promote pins and get that back out there, and the Blackout poetry workbook too. So,
Hey, just a quick thing, Greg.
Yeah, no worries. I was going to throw it to you anyway.
What was that, Jess?
Oh, I've just been like Witches in the Warren is like nothing I've ever written before. I talked about it recently about like I have been working on this scene that I am the scene I'm currently writing is like basically the final boss battle, and I'm not going to spoil too much about it, but I don't think it's spoiling too much to say that it takes place in a 1982 women's prison that actually existed. It takes place during a glam rock concert where there are prisoners, guards, VIP guests, civilians, protesters. Like all the prisoners are in like cages, like shit, like, and it's a culmination of like a lot of things. Like characters meet for the first time in years and die. Like, it's like the craziest, dumbest idea I've ever had. And it's like, but it's so important. And if I pull it off. That's the thing. Like, I think it's going to be like the greatest scene I've ever written. But I've literally been devoting like an entire month to this scene alone, because it's like, it's during a rock concert. So like I feel like all the action that happens has to sound like a rock concert. Like, there needs to be like sounds of like drums and horn and vocals and everything. So I'm clearly too ambitious for my own good, and someone needs to put me out of my misery.
Yo, Doug, what's up? You got a follow-up, buddy?
Yeah, first, before I do that, this is a great comment. That sounds like an 80s hair metal band video, like Damn Yankees or something like that.
I want it to. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That's what I'm writing, but it also has like incredibly crucial plot points for like the entire trilogy.
It is
so dumb. Why?
Damn Yankees.
Why am I doing it? It's gonna be great.
That's the thing, is if you're not doing something ambitious, this is ambitious. Right. This is good.
Right. No, I it's going to be fine.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen things like, there's some things I've read from like Stephen King specifically comes to mind, where he'll write something that is so batshit nuts. Yeah. And you're like, what the? Okay. Yeah. Like, but it works. So, and I guarantee you'll make it work. So,
and I honestly, like, I feel like, especially this year, I've been reading so many books and all this kind of stuff and seeing movies that are just insane, where I'm like, this is fine what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, that was just literally insane. Like, I'm not even pushing it far enough.
Maybe you need to go more insane. So
it's just, I love the imagining of it, but it hurts that I'm the one who has to write it.
So
I want to do it well.
And you will. But I wanted to just clarify, when you were talking about blackout poetry, I'm not sure if we discussed it in the previous show. Can you explain for the folks here what give us a little rundown again what blackout poetry is?
Absolutely. Blackout poetry is taking,
in case somebody missed it or somebody like me forgot. So
sure. So it can mean a lot of different things. Honestly, blackout poetry in essence is taking an existing page of prose or, any kind of block of text and finding a hidden poem within it, and then blacking out the superfluous text, or you can cut it out, you can make collages. It's called found poetry, it's called redacted poetry. Like, it's, a bunch of different things. So it can be a very simplistic, or it can be very artistic. You can make giant pieces, you can make sculptural pieces and collages. So it's a really fun art form to play along with. And I put out 3 collections that were all nominated for Bram Stoker Awards. What? Hello. I know.
How awesome is that?
Oh, wow. And then I put out a workbook. So if anyone wants to play around in it, like, it's a really fun thing. I include pages and examples, and you can write it down and you can do it a couple of different times. We give you different options. So it's really fun.
So, thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Because I thought, I knew that's what it was, but I wanted to be.
Yeah, it's not just about drinking and making art.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I mean, not so much with like poetry and like painting and stuff, but there are definitely some times when I get back to my writing the next day and I'm like,
ooh,
what?
Right drunk, at it sober.
Yeah. I have it written on my wall. I got the big poster on my writing hut wall.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, my writing is pretty illegible, so I'm also like, what?
There's definitely something with creating things and giving things, whether it's intentional or not, the sleep of the night, if that makes sense. You wake up and then, because this happens to me, maybe not as drastic to you, but it happens to me, where I'm working on a design or something, and then I wake up and I'm like, wait, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. I mean, it's also you get caught up in the moment. If you get one of those fevered writing sessions or something, yeah, and especially if you're drinking, like you get a
Late
little
at night.
too over, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, or late at night, you're working like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You're working really, really late, and, you know, your mind is there, but it's just not there. You know, it's not on its peak. And then you wake up in the morning, you're like, no.
I always mention it because it was just like the memorable time it happened. What I was writing one night on it was a fantasy series that I had published years ago called The Tales of Demethanador. Don't look it up, please. But I was writing it, and I was like, wow, like for hours. And then my husband came home, and I was like, should I give this character knife arms? And I had already written like pages of him having knife arms. And like, I just wanted to check with my husband, to see if the knife arms was okay. And he's like, no, you should not have knife arms. And I was like, really? Oh yeah, probably not. Like as the love interest?
Yeah, the love interest, that would be problematic.
Love interest probably shouldn't have knife arms. I was just like, I was so caught up in it, but like I probably still have.
Well, there could be maybe not problematic if they were into.
There's a lid for
Greg's face on that was just the best. Doug.
I think
we have some friends who are, and then they also do fundraisers, and what they do is they find women in brewing to give them scholarships to help them along their journey. So it's a really awesome organization. We've had them on, I think, twice. We've had them on twice. They had a beer release about 2 hours from my house, so I went. So I got to meet a few of them. That was super fun. And if you're looking for something interesting, just they're on Instagram. They have beers everywhere. The two founders, one's in Arizona and the other's in Quebec. Like, they just have beers across Canada and the United States, so it's all over the place.
Yeah, you'll have to remind me of the name, and because my phone's up there, and that's where
we'll send it to you.
We'll send it to
you.
Huh?
Yeah, so I got a second beer, and in honor of International Beer Day, I have something from Samuel Smith's.
Oh, look at that fancy
Yorkshire Stingo. Barrel aged in oak oil casks, limited release.
And it's a big looking bottle too, Doug.
Yeah, this is a little bit bigger than what I would normally drink. But this one, big old bottle. That's what.
A big old ABV beer, isn't it? A big old ABV.
It's only 8%. I was expecting more with it being that 8%. Something.
It was definitely more onerous looking.
Yeah.
What is
What's that?
What's Stingo mean?
No idea. It's British, so those big people have their own fucking lingos. So whatever. They didn't. They just it's a barrel aged in oak ale casks, but it doesn't say what's limited release ale. Just an ale. So.
And of course, the wordsmith wants to know the word.
Yep.
Well, it's a strange word. I know Yorkshire. I don't know Stingo.
Stingo
sounds like something you would call someone, like an insult. You're like, you absolute Stingo.
Yeah. Look at that color though, baby. That's a really nice
Stingo.
Now look, Jess is gonna find a way to work that word into her writing, Doug.
Pork pie, Yorkshire frappe.
You could have a degenerate in one of your stories, and his nickname is Stingo.
Stingo. I did at one time I used to work in a biotech, and we got this notice it was like a kickoff summer party, but the person who sent the memo wrote Kirkoff instead. It's like summer Kirkoff. And I was writing a novel at the time, and I needed a Russian character, and I named him Kirkov. Because of the Kirkov. So just funny how that happens. I could be Bingo. You never know. I did it actually. I was just telling my friend today. She knew a dog named Beans, and I was working on Witches in the War, and I needed a name for someone. And I was like, Beans, that works.
Yeah, we got JHD doing our Google searches for us here, so this is good.
Bingo.
Yeah,
A strong ale. Stingling.
Yeah, but there's also
I think I would have liked Stingling more.
Yeah, stinging, but it's stingling would be
is
better.
it Stingling?
It was stinging. Just regular sting,
okay.
yeah. So there apparently is a Yorkshire Stingo, a public house that Yorkshiremen would gather in the 18th and 19th centuries. That's cool.
So fun.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna head on down to the Stingo. Let's go.
Look at that, Doug.
I love it.
Doug. Educating us.
Yeah.
Is that like getting stinko? Is that like related to that?
Maybe.
Right? The strong air, stinko. Oh.
Also, that was in my cellaring fridge for about a year and 2 months. So that adds a little bit more funkiness to it. So
little stinkiness.
I love that. Learning something today.
Yeah. And another thing, Doug. Unless you're ready, if you're ready, Doug.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Another thing we're going to learn about, or at least I'm going to learn about, is this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is really cool.
What's going on, Jessica, with this? What's going on?
Yeah, this is going to be a global event on August 19th. Like, so many booksellers are hosting events for the release of The End of the World as We Know It, which is an anthology of stories inspired by Stephen King's The Stand. And there are like so many amazing authors in it. Stephen King has wrote the introduction to it. It's edited by Christopher Golden and Brian Keene. I'm going to be in Frederick, Maryland, doing a discussion with Haley Piper, who has a story in the book. We're going to talk about her story, but also she's releasing her novel, A Game in Yellow, pretty soon to that. So we're going to discuss that as well. We're going to talk about Stephen King. We're going to talk about writing. We are besties. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk, but we only have an hour. So we're going to talk about everything we can talk about in an hour. But it's going to be in Frederick. It's hosted by Curious Iguana. It's going to be at Siebert Arts Library downtown. And it's going to be super fun. And like the anthology, I have a copy. I've read a good amount of it. And as a fan of The Stand, it's really good. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, the idea that it was endorsed by Stephen King is kind of really great.
I mean, pardon me. I'm in that where it's like I am super jealous that I am not in this book, but it is so good. All the stories I've read so far are so amazing, and I think it's, if you like The Stand or you like any of like the Dark Tower kind of like. Like you're gonna.
I have the final Dark Tower book behind me right there.
Yeah, you're really gonna like it.
I also have one of Haley's books that was on my TBR, so I have yet to read this, but I that's on my. Yeah, I have a mile long TBR, so.
I haven't read that one yet. I just finished all the Hearts You Eat, and that was excellent.
Yeah, A Game in Yellow is their next book, and I'm super excited they picked that up too.
And I've read a little bit of that as well, and it's the toast and jam pretty much. It's really, really good. Like if you love kind of like psychological, erotic, kind of twisty horror, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
Kind of what Haley's sort of known for, so.
Yeah, but she does it in so many different ways is what's amazing. Like she can do it in so many different genres of horror, like under that horror umbrella. Yeah, no, I'm obsessed with her. And she has to go ahead and be nice too.
The
worst. All right. Y'all want to talk about what y'all reading?
Yeah.
All
right. You want to go first, Jess?
Yeah, I'm currently reading.
Greg?
Hold on.
Oh.
So
Beautiful. Oh, I've read this one.
I think you probably read it a gazillion times. Is going to
More
be my
times
guess.
than I would like.
I have it too. I am
Oh.
I'm about a third of the way through. So, can you give us a little? I think I'd heard you said it was sort of kind of autobiographical.
Yeah, it is a little bit, or mostly. So so like a little background on Pins. Pins was previously published in 2012, I believe, by a disreputable publisher now. I was it went out of print several years ago. I was very, very, very grateful to talk to John Baldisberger about this and Madness Heart Press at Ghoulish Book Festival, and he was interested in reprinting it, and I was, just so stoked about that, but I just didn't feel like it worked anymore, because it was based in like the early 2000s, even though it came out in like 2012. So it needed a lot of work, and I was really kind of hesitant about even sending it to him because of all the work it needed. And he was like, please just send it. That was just like so wonderful that, he had an open mind about, and knowing that I would, if he would reprint it, I would kind of rewrite it and stuff like that. So he took it on. I modernized it, basically brought it up to 2025, 2024, which was crazy because there were answering machines in it. Like someone's like, hey, can I use your computer to check my email?
Those were the days.
Yeah, like literally it took some doing, I'll tell you. So yeah, it's a story about a girl in her 20s who's kind of floundering. She's not feeling college. She's not feeling her high school sweetheart anymore. She's feeling directionless. And even though she has like the worst self-esteem ever, she quits her job that she is at training for and just goes and tries out auditions at a strip club and gets a job at a strip club. And it's her crazy adventure of loving herself and meeting friends and wonderful time of sexiness and debauchery until the murders happen.
We should clarify, it's not just a strip club.
No, it's not, because it's not just a strip club. It is a strip club bowling alley.
And this is the thing you said about getting weird. That's weird and cool all at the same time.
And I loved the idea of, because I love the idea of combining a strip club with like the rock and bowl like bowling alley, like those crazy cyber bowling alleys. And it's like they should just be together. And then apparently they exist. There is one that exists now, I think, somewhere down south.
Of course it's down south. There is one line you said in there that I thought was just fucking hilarious, where you're like, you doubted that the patrons understood the double entendre of Pins being the name for legs in British Parliament. And I was like, that's exactly right. So that was great.
So, and that's where we get into the kind of nonfiction part of it. Because I did work at a couple of strip clubs when I was 19. And the first one I worked at was called Legs. So I kind of went with, well, what if it was a strip club bowling alley called Pins? It's like Legs, So a lot of the things that happen in the book did happen in real life, as I'm sure they happened to a lot of people who worked in that industry, especially at that time. Now, it does feel different. It did feel very different bringing it up to 2025, because when I was working in the clubs in West Virginia in the early 2000s, it was the height of OxyContin.
Oh.
It was it was all in the clubs. And you had, that was a lot of stuff I had to leave out of it was in the first draft of the book in like the early writings, and I took a lot of it out about, you know, people passing away because it happened a lot.
Yeah.
But then I even thought about, you know, putting it back in maybe, but it was just, and making it fentanyl for like modernization. Then I was like, I'm not gonna play with that. Because the brutality in the book is already too much. And yeah, like that's pretty much the only thing that's fake in the book is the murder.
So yeah, like I said, I haven't gotten quite that far to that point, but
no, if there's something that's like not murder related and you're like, wow, that's crazy, it probably happened. Because I mean, but it was, you know, I think that book, especially now after the rewrite, is just so much better, so much softer, so much less. You know, and I was mentioning it earlier, and I've discussed this before, how when I originally wrote it, I you know, I've always been, you know, bisexual, I guess, but when I wrote it originally, I had not come out as bisexual yet. The character of Birdie has such a bisexual awakening during that book.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the original writing of that book, she was fearful. It was she made comments that were just very, you know, kind of crass. And when I reread it, I was like, this doesn't feel right at all, because now, you know, I've been out, you know, bisexual, proud woman for, you know, several years now. And it just didn't sit right with me, having Birdie be that way. And not saying that, like, you know, I don't want her to be my Mary Sue, you know, like Birdie is me, but obviously, like, Birdie has a lot of the same experiences I did. She has a completely different family than I did. Her backstory is completely different.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of similarities when we get to the club part. But I felt like it was a disservice to her not to update her along with the rest of the novel. And I took the fear out of it, and I made it curiosity. And I made it like, kind of like, oh, okay. You know, just a little more like cheekiness instead of, you know, being like, oh, like there's a great, like in the original part, there's an end of a chapter where she really feels kind of like the tingle. And at the end of the chapter in the original, she says, oh great, I'm friggin' gay. And like, when I read that, I was like, what? Like, that's awful.
Yeah, but the time frame of what you had it originally set in, that was kind of like how people viewed it. They didn't really get the whole bisexual thing.
Right.
People that were said they were bisexual, everybody just kind of gave them a side eye, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh great, just another thing, like another annoying thing, like, and it's just like, I don't fucking, you know. And then so when I rewrote it, I made it a very kind of cute thing where like the bartender said, or like the guard at the door, the fucking bouncer. The bouncer says, you know, have a good gay or something. And she's like, what? And he's like, bye. Like, you know, so it becomes like and she's like, like kind of a bi panic moment instead of this like despondent kind of thing. It was more of like a cute bi panic, and I liked that a lot more. So to have that opportunity was it felt so awesome to me, and I'm so grateful to John from Madness Heart, everyone at Madness Heart, for giving me that opportunity. I think it's a much, much better book. And that's why I don't like to call it a reprint, because I really worked like so hard on it and rewrote so much of it. I feel like if I rewrote the first sentence and last sentence, it's a new book.
I wouldn't disagree, especially if you had to kind of update it to be a little bit more in line with sort of the way modern things work. Like the thing is you think like you wrote that in, let's say it was the setting was in like the very early 2000s, right?
Yes.
So that's 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And we have changed the way we look at sexuality, specifically bisexuality, and a host of things that it would ring like it was written then, like it would not feel like something you wrote now. So I could see why you did that. So
and it wasn't important that it took place at that time. So
yeah.
like, changing the time was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was very happy I got to do that. I would not modernize a lot of reprints, but I think that one was a better one to do.
Yeah. Well, people do that shit like George Lucas updated Star Wars movies for crying out loud.
And I did put some dewbacks walking in the background of pins, so we're good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I'm looking forward to that. So I guess this is me. I haven't read this book since high school. So I decided to read it. Here it is. The reason is I listened to this podcast called Kingslingers, where basically the original premise was one guy had read The Dark Tower and his friend had not read them at all. So they basically read it together and then they talk about it. And it's really great podcast. We actually had them on once. Really great guys. But one of the things they did, then once they ran through The Dark Tower, then they started doing Dark Tower adjacent books, like books that are tied into the tower, because there's a lot of them. Sure. And then they did, when they ran through those, then they did decades of Stephen King.
Okay.
So whenever this Night Shift was released, I think it was in the 80s, that was part of the 80s books that they picked. And then they reviewed them. So I started reading this, and it's just funny reading that stuff now. Just like I remember reading it before. And
I can't remember what's in Night Shift.
So there's, hold on, I got the chapters right here. Give me a sec.
I know I have it.
Yeah, there's like Gray Matter, the Boogeyman, I think was another one. Yeah, Jerusalem's Lot. That's not Salem's Lot, that's Jerusalem's Lot.
Yeah, of course.
The Lawnmower Man's in here.
Oh.
Children of the Corn.
Maybe I don't have Night Shift.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a collection of short stories. So I am literally only 3 or 4 stories in. The one that I just
wild
Graveyard. There's one called I Am the Doorway, which just fucking creeped me the fuck out.
That one is so good.
It's really good, but man, it fucking so creeped me the shit out. Just the idea of like the way the things manifest, just ugh.
Oh, I love it. Man.
And I'm using my hands like this for a reason. So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I those are the thing is I tend to read. I also have audiobooks. I'm on the last book of The Dark Tower. That's the first time I've done them in audiobook form. I read them, I think, 5 times, and then this time I decided to do it in audiobook form because I never had.
Oh, I'm sad. I've never gotten through them. I got through halfway through the 3rd one, and I lost the plot.
Yeah, it happens.
I own all of them though.
Yeah,
so okay.
It's definitely worth it. I think once you get through the drawing of the 3, and the 3rd and 4th books are considered like the best ones, but my favorite's the 5th. So, and it's kind of my wife hates that one because there's some really gruesome shit that happens to kids, but not at the hands of other people, at the hands of robots. So
might maybe easier for me on audiobook. Maybe I'll give it a shot that way. I seem to be better on audiobook for a longer stuff. Yeah.
I mean, and some of those books are 700-800 pages long. They're tomes. They're huge. So yeah. So I don't know how people write that stuff. Like I remember like we're gonna have Wendig on it.
This was this was so great. Because I listened to this on audiobook right after Wake Up and Open. Ease off from the mania of that book. Not so. I mean, it is like it's more like relaxed. It's like coastal horror. like you really can like taste like the salt and feel the wind, and like it's pretty much the coolest reimagining of vampires I've ever heard of.
Hmm.
It's just really neat. There are some the like really cool characters. It's very body horror. You get a lot, man, you get a lot of good anti-heroes. But yeah, the end of the book is it's so similar to Wake Up and Open Your Eyes. I was like, is this
Oh
just what
no.
all books are now? Like every a world tearing itself apart. And I was like, maybe that, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
What's
And maybe
interesting
that's what they should be.
what's interesting is you did two of the more prolific writers like
Yeah.
in a row. Like I don't know how those folks.
I really like both of them a lot. You know, as writers and as people. You know, I've definitely gotten to see Clay do readings in person, and I mean you never forget that. Like that sticks to your bones like a good meal. And like when you hear or read his words, like you can just see him screaming in your face. It's great. And then Haley is just the opposite. She's so absolutely sweet and depraved. And I absolutely love everything about her. So yeah, All the Hearts You Eat is excellent. It's looming and dark and erotic and disturbing, and it will rewrite vampire lore for you in the best way possible. Like
I'm gonna have to read that because
highly recommend it. The audiobook was excellent. If it means it, yeah. I loved it.
yeah, there's a book back here that I have that it's a hardback edition of the Necroscope, which is by Brian Lumley. I don't know if you've ever read any of his stuff.
No, I don't think so.
That is the most unique lore of vampires I've ever read.
Yeah, definitely. As someone who's kind of writing a vampire book, like this one made me angry because I'm like, girl.
Yeah, it's that. What's funny is the Necroscope series it's massive. It's I think 14 or 15 books.
Wow.
But the author is Brian Lumley. He passed I think last year, but he was in his late 80s. But he started writing those in the 70s, and it's just this. The first two are setups for the third one, where you find out what the actual origin of the vampires are, and it's so fucking fascinating. The main it's a main character is a guy that is name is Harry Keogh, and he has two skills. He can talk to the dead, hence Necroscope. Mm-hmm. But he also learned by talking to dead. He met a mathematician that taught him the ability to use mathematical equations to transport himself via the Mobius continuum.
Okay.
And it sounds fucking ridiculous. And
I mean, no more ridiculous than Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah, true. But but the way he writes it, it just seems like so matter of fact that this is just something he's learned. And he could do it. Like the talking to dead was an innate thing in him, but the Mobius continuum
just wrinkle time. Just wrinkle time, Doug.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. You have the power.
So now I have to check out the Haley one because that really intrigued me to see how that is in comparison to that. I'm not saying I won't be like, well, this is better. It'll be more like, oh, I want to see the interpretation.
It's like vampire. Like I can't even spoil it because it's too good.
Please don't, because I'm going to read it.
It's such a complex vampire, just kind of jam where it's like you're calling a vampire because that's the only word we have in our vocabulary for what this creature is.
Yeah. So I had mentioned in the chat that there's a book that I read recently that I don't know if you read, that is by Josh Malerman, called Incidents Around the House.
I haven't read it yet. I want to. I love Josh.
It is so, and it's all written from like an 8 or 9 year old's perspective. All of it.
Yes.
All of it. Like not just the dialogue. It's the way everything is perceived is all perceived from this girl's perspective.
And there's like a doll kind of creature or something. Is it like a puppet? or something?
Not specifically, but there's yeah, I'm not going to ruin it. You should read it. I'm just saying, just please read it. It's like 300 something pages. It's not super big.
I want to. I love Josh Malerman. I mean, I know they're making a movie of it, so I'm excited.
That's gonna be a great movie. I think
they're
if they
making
can do it right.
Whale Fall.
Yes, let's talk about Whale Fall, shall we?
I love
you first. You first.
I love this book so much. I loved it. And I listened to the audiobook, but I have it's right here. I have it. I have the hardcover right here signed by Mr. Daniel Cross. It was amazing. Which he told me that was so cool that they made the hardcover thing to feel like a suit, like the rubber suit.
Rubber suit.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to feel like. That
the neoprene style. Okay.
Yeah. So
also awesome cover art. That is a great fucking cover.
So cool. Yeah, I loved this book so much. The audiobook was so interesting, where the booming nature of it at times made me run inside from my car after parking and grab the book to see how it was written in the book, because I knew that that Daniel was gonna typeset it in like a really cool way. So it was so cool to like get those different views of it. Probably one of the most beautiful, heartbreaking, hopeful, disgustingly beautiful books I've ever experienced. That was an experience.
Yeah, I was not as wild as you.
What?
And so I am not much for grief horror. Like, felt almost like grief porn in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I really dug the idea of doing the PSI chapters versus here's a backtrack about why this guy has gotten here. I really, really enjoyed that.
Well, it was a ticking clock, basically.
Yeah, and the point that the parts in the whale I didn't enjoy nearly as much.
What?
And that seems weird, but it just was. And I was like, if I wanted to, I said it's a great retelling of Jonah and the whale. If you're going to take it in that direction, but it's not Jonah and the whale. It's completely different. You know, just I can see why people really like this. I can really see it. It's not that I think it's bad. It just wasn't for me. You know, does that make sense? Like, I'm like,
totally. If something's not for you, it's not for you. That's
I believe they're also optioning this to be made into a movie or a TV show.
It's made right now.
Yeah. So
Josh Brolin is in it. I'm so excited. For me, like the audiobook was like so
maybe the audiobook would have been better
haunting and like powerful, and like it was like the, you know, not to spoil anything, but just like the discussions between father and son, you know, were very like affecting. Like I wept, sobbed like a baby. And then I recommended to my friend and my coworker too, and she was like, she started reading it immediately, and she read the book, and she's like, oh god, and we were like dying together. But we all are both very traumatized people.
Yeah, we all are in our own ways. So like the thing is, like it just. Like the thing that spoke to me most in the book was the troubled relationship with the son and the father.
Yeah. And
then also the family, like he didn't go too far, but it gave you enough of it that it was like, I see the tension there too. So like,
yeah, for sure. And I thought it was just such a great concept, and I mean, I really dug it, but like, I totally get how that wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, because it's intense and like very centered on like their specific relationship.
Yeah. And the idea that like, clearly he did a boatload of research on marine life Because the stuff he was talking about, I was like, oh,
I mean, it was very descriptive.
Yeah, for sure.
And I loved that. It was gross.
Yeah.
I didn't scream as much during that as I did during Wake Up and Open Your Eyes. That I screamed a lot.
Yeah, I really need to dig it. The only one I've read from Clay McLeod Chapman is Ghost Eaters, and that was really good. That was really good. But
I have it. I have an ARC of it, and I'm just
nice.
Yeah, I remember
The art,
when
baby.
I got it was because it's like a drug book, right? And yeah, I think I got it right after my brother passed away, and I'm like, I'm not ready for.
Oh yeah.
I just haven't picked it up yet, but I know I'll like it because I have his I have a bunch of his little chapbooks and stuff too.
Yeah, I think if you can get into it, I think you'd enjoy it. I mean, there's books
I know I would. Oh, I know.
Like, I understand the whole, I can't do this right now because of life events. Like, I had a heart attack 4 years ago, and I was reading, I'd been at the time reading Insomnia by Stephen King. And that is all about old people and mortality and then all the weird shit that happens with the supernatural. But the mortality with old people was fucking with me so much, I had to stop reading it for a while. Because I was like, I had experienced a mortality thing of my own. I don't need more of that right now. So yeah, I get that.
Life and children.
Yeah. So, what else are you reading?
Yes, that one, Haunting of Alejandra by V. Castro. I am loving this book so much because it is so different from everything else I have been reading recently. Pretty much, it's a really amazing story about generational trauma, generational curses, and La Llorona. I am terrible at my accent. I can't do it wrong.
I probably would mispronounce that as well.
Yeah. I felt so bad. I was talking to someone the other day and I was like, I sounded like a dog with bubble gum in my mouth. I'm like, La Llorona. But it's so amazing. It's such a great story. It's about motherhood and kind of like what that puts upon you, but also just kind of the generational trauma of being a woman and obviously a Latina woman. It's beautiful and harrowing so far. And yeah, pretty kind of scary. It definitely gets you at those points where it's like kind of lulls you in and there's all of a sudden like something that grabs you. So I'm about halfway through it and it's really good. And it's also very colorful and like richly described. And it's just a really beautiful book, honestly.
Yeah, I read her book, Goddess of Filth, which was
I want to read that so bad.
And it's just like about Mexican lore, like the lore of like different spirits and all that stuff. And I have not read enough of that stuff. So to me, that's really super interesting. And that book was good.
I'm excited for how it ends. Just, with the kind of mix of just kind of cool like storytelling and then like extreme kind of horror or like kind of a drop off situation where it's just like, holy shit, we just lost that character, like where she's just like, no one's safe. I love that about her writing. And this is my first time reading a novel of hers. And it's been just like so great. I'm excited to finish it. But I feel like it's going to be a messy ending. I'm scared.
yeah. I will say, Goddess of Filth was not a messy ending. And listen, I am a fan of messy endings. I don't like clean endings. I think clean endings, that's just not my jam. The life is messy. Make it messy in the book too.
Yeah. No, I just don't want to lose my like characters I love in like a scary way, But
sure.
But I'm loving it.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Actually, I'm reading something, Doug, unannounced.
Yeah, do it.
Here.
You're reading The Haunting of Alejandro too? All right.
Yes, I love it.
I just started it.
Everyone
I
read
downloaded it on Kindle.
Read The Haunting of Alejandro.
Ah, cool.
I started Superman comics this week, y'all.
Oh, cool.
I downloaded them I downloaded them and then put them on my tablet, and it works out pretty nice, Doug.
Nice.
Yeah, I was and this one too. Both pretty good. And I just wanted to do a little bit of research on the source material, given all the controversy, quote controversy around woke man and super woke and whatever you all that. And it seriously takes 2 seconds to start reading the source material to understand who he is. And it's just so y'all are just creating and starting shit for no reason. But I was at comic. I wasn't a. I was a. I want to say I was an avid comic book person, but I never spent money on them. But what I would do is I would be that guy to go to the bookstore, hanging out at the magazine section where y'all one of these people, and you would just hang there until you got thrown out, because you would just you would just sit there and just read them, or it was the library wait list for 6 months kind of thing where like I knew that they were going to get a new comic in, and then I would put my thing in, but then like 8 other people got it, and then some people would lose it, and it was just so like I was a cheap comic book person. So going back to that was fun this week, and I don't know, I'm gonna keep doing it, Doug. I downloaded Batman, and we'll see about the Justice League. So
I'm just glad it looks good on your tablet. I was not sure how that would work with a comic book, so I'm glad that worked out well. Yeah,
it works really nice. And what they have, it's because it's not an Amazon Kindle or anything. It's just a tablet. And like what you can do, Doug, especially for the panels, you can double click on them, and then they come up, and then you can scroll through the panels of each panel of the comic.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, and then you can, you see the whole page of the comic, but then each page has panels. So then you double click on the panel, and the panel comes up like real tight. So then you can read that. Because I need glasses too, Doug, to read this shit at this point.
Same, man.
So it looks really nice. And then if you have a nice tablet with nice resolution and colors, it looks really nice.
I know they did that for the Last Unicorn graphic novel comic that they did. Like it looked really good when on the Kindle when they had it and the iPad.
Yeah, it really is nice.
Cool. They do really the comics look pretty good.
Yeah. I'm sure they've come a long way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, it looks okay on my black and white Kindle because I checked it out. It looks okay, but it's not ideal by any stretch. You need those, especially with this one. Where is it at? Superman Red and Blue. It's all red, blue, and white. Those are the colors.
Yeah.
So
the red and the blue and the white.
And a white, and that's it. And it's great because they use red in in a heated, angry way. They use a lot of red, but blue can be cooling and calming. So also, and then they use the different shades. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So you can even see it. You can even see it here, where the red accents his face there, where he's angry in the other one. But then you can see they backed off the red and gave him a little bit more of a welcoming look on the other panel. So it's really I'm actually looking at that the most or something a lot of that is the art and the shading and the use of the colors, since it's only 2 colors. So I thought that was really neat. What I don't think is neat at all, or I know that Jess doesn't think it's neat at all, is what Doug is going to bring up right now.
What is that? My beer?
So Doug, I told you to research. Yes, your beer. And after that,
I
I
don't
told
discriminate against beers.
yeah. um
Maybe
Doug,
so.
when we met at our meeting, I asked you for an article to show to Jess about that. You know what that is?
I forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot to do that.
Okay, I'll tee it up.
Yeah.
You do your beer first.
All right. So I was going to drink this the other week, but this is just so ridiculous. Banana thicker than Snicker.
Wow. So like a banana porter?
It is a imperial stout with Thai bananas, roasted peanuts, caramel, and chocolate.
Yowzers.
That is a lot of shit to throw in it.
That's
And
gonna go straight to your thighs, baby.
yeah, that's okay. I could use a little more in my thighs, just not so much in my stomach.
Yeah.
But this is from Imprint Brewing out of Hatfield, PA. I'm not exactly sure where Hatfield is. Yeah, this is a big boy. The other one weirdly went down pretty fast, so
Wow.
I might regret this one. This one's 12, so
Oof.
we're gonna see. Oh my god, that pours
Can't
like
even.
motor oil.
I've had like a peanut butter stout and I cannot even like peanut butter chocolate stout.
Cheers to that.
Norp.
That smells fantastic. So
I bet it smells so good.
ooh, that is a dessert stout. You are not kidding, Imani. That is oh my god, it's very sweet and it's almost like coach. Yes, very.
It's thick. Okay, cool.
It's thick.
Good. It better be. It said it.
Yeah.
It roasted it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the banana is not so heavy, which is good because usually a lot of times when we make put banana in any beer, the banana is like this artificial banana, and that shit sucks. Yeah. So this is much more demure. The peanut butter is way more forward. So
when they go overboard on a Hefeweizen and the banana is too much. Yes.
So yeah. It's definitely an interesting beer. And JHG, I think I can get another one. You said you were interested in that. I will see if I can snag one of those for you and send it your way. Patriarchy is.
That's a Doug special.
I will snag every beer with as many adjuncts as possible just to see how people make it work. Like just throw all the things.
Work? Did they make that work?
I think so. Now, I will say Imprint Brewing makes these things called smoogies, which are basically like milkshake, not even IPAs. They're not even IPAs. They're just milkshake sours, where basically you have to stand the can upside down so all the stuff, like all the junk floats around, and then you have to roll it and then you open it. That's what they're kind of famous for. Yeah. But they also make very good, like high ABV beers, and this is pretty good. Like this, but this is so super sweet that I one is enough. One is definitely enough. So, smoogie, you are correct, Amani.
Yeah, we have a place in town that does like beer slushies, and they're all right. Not my thing, but I'm not a slushy person. I'm a beer person. Give me the beer. Remove the slushy.
Doug, did you see my message?
I did. I'm trying to find the article I wanted to talk about.
Oh, that's cool. So what we want to talk about, Jess, is something that we know that you're outspoken about. And you're outspoken about a few things.
Oh boy.
You already know. And I don't know, Doug had a story that he wanted to share with you.
I can't find the article, but I know if I mention to Jess, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, take the floor, Doug.
All right. So what I want to talk about, and I know what your stance is, but I think people should hear it anyhow. There was not long ago, there was this announcement where these bunch of tech bro, dude bro knuckleheads were going to make a company that took AI and just wrote books and basically would write 6,000 books a year using AI only. Mm-hmm. And it is the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard about.
Yeah.
for me, but please talk to us about you as an author, as someone who's had your books taken to use to feed AI. Please tell us about your thoughts on all of it, because yes, we need to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm anti-generative AI, like on all fronts. There are ways, and this is so funny because like a lot of the pro Gen AI people want to compound everything. It was like, if you've ever used spell check, you're pro AI, and like all this kind of stuff. Like there are difference between like, that kind of like computer programming kind of thing and like generative AI that steals and scrubs the internet of artists, of art, writing, any kind of stuff, anything that you put on the internet is scrubbing you and taking your work. It's incredibly harmful to the environment. I mean, you look at the plants overheating every time you search on GPT. It's using about 6 bottles of water to keep the like cooling system, from overheating. It's just dumb and stupid and lazy and absolutely loser behavior, to use prompts and claim to be an artist when you're stealing from actual artists. Yeah, it's a bummer that people would even think that that's what what makes an artist, because like it is really about the process and the journey and all that. And I know that sounds like lip service, but as someone who, I've been writing all my life and I've been making art all my life, but I did not make like visual art for like almost 20 years or something, because like I was making it and then my brother traumatized me into not making it because he was evil in that way. And then when I started making it again, I like started from scratch and taught myself, and like I've really put actual work into it, and it's not easy, and writing isn't easy either, even though I've been doing it all my life. Like yeah, it's just a bummer, that people think it's totally fine. I don't know what to say except that it's just like lazy. It's just fucking lazy. Like if you love something, learn it. Like this is not a get rich quick scheme. Like you're not getting, like, this is not, art is not the way to riches.
No, it isn't.
Let me be very clear. Like 1 in a million. And honestly, if all the AI is going to write all the books and that takes over all the real artists, then that's going to peter out too. Like there's not going to be any fortune there either. Like it's crazy to me that this happened so fucking fast. It happened so fast.
Well, they keep telling us we have to accept it. That's the other part, is they keep saying you have to accept it. It's coming anyway. I'm like, yeah, we don't have to accept that. That's slop.
In the brain rot that is setting in is alarming. So, I work in a tattoo shop, and so the way we, get people's ideas is they send us references and stuff. And the amount of AI generated references we get now is insane. And it's just like and there are some of our artists who, like me, like take a stance against that and like, please send us references not AI generated, please. And like someone had sent us, or an AI generated, it was like, do you have anything that's not? And they were like, I don't know how to conceive of my idea without AI. And it was a goose. It was a goose. It was a goose outline. Outline of a goose.
I don't want to laugh, but I have to.
Now, to be fair, people, when they're getting their first tattoo, stress stress hard over the stimulus thing. Like if it's, so, but it's a goose. It's a goose. Outline of a goose.
Yeah.
Flying, we've all seen them. They do it in a V. Goose.
Mm-hmm.
So to be like, I needed AI to do this is like, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I mean, it is a scary thing.
They're pictures of geese.
They exist.
So like, go look up a picture. I don't know. But like, I mean, that's one of a million, like kind of instances that have happened recently, where it's just like, just send us a picture of the thing that you kind of want. You don't need to put it into a prompt. You don't need it. Or how about this? Like, I do this with my tattoos. If I have a lot of things I want put into a tattoo, I do a dumb Photoshop. I take a picture of the area on my body that I want it, and then I'm like, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and you loop it together and make it a tattoo. That has worked since forever.
There's also, you can trust your tattoo artist to some degree if you can reach him.
This is basically what I want, and then they just do it. Like, you just trust them.
My wife's last two tattoos, one was a loon, and she just wanted a loon. She didn't know what she wanted, and she got this very cool, like really solid black, not black the whole way, but like the lines are very thick, and it looked really cool. And then this one red eye.
Oh,
and it looks really awesome. And then the second one she got, she wanted this rabbit that she saw, but she wanted to take the I don't know if you know what triscales are, which is like the Irish whorls, but it's
yeah.
But she didn't want that. She wanted something. We went to this place in Ireland called Newgrange, and they had them on the rocks, but they were just swirls, and they were 6,000 years old. She thought it was cool. She wanted that behind the rabbit. Said, "This is what I want." And the artist just fucking made it and like drew it and like, "Here, what do you think about this?" They're like, "Great, awesome," because they drew it. Like,
yeah. Because the tattoo artist's job is to take all your ideas and make them a cohesive piece that works.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, usually you're like, I want all that, and then also to talk you out of putting too much in
or doing something really dumb.
Because a lot of people want to put like everything they love into like one big thing, and it's like, but you can get more. Like, this doesn't have to be the only one. You can get more. So, it's a really fun, because they are fucking artists. Yes, they are. And that's why it's insulting to send a tattoo artist AI art that scrubbed the internet of their work.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Bam. Yep.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
And yeah, what we do know that's not AI is this.
That is not AI for sure.
Doug wanted to definitely talk about this.
Yeah.
And we also have so what's going on, Jess?
Yeah.
I mean,
fill us in.
Yeah, sure. It's a really cool women in horror anthology coming from Black Spot Books. Lindy Ryan spearheading this one yet again. She has done it a couple of times for these women in horror anthologies, and they are always bangers. This is a werewolf one, and oh my gosh, I was so glad to be included in this one. I have written a werewolf horror story before that's very female centric, so I was scared because I was like, I really love the last werewolf story I wrote. It was in the Pizza Horror Tales from the Crust from Perpetual Motion Machine, and I really loved that story. So I was like, how can I top it? How possibly? And so this one was a really trying one, but man, the story that I came out with for this one, A Town with Too Many Girls, is probably one of my favorite stories I've ever written. And I've read kind of sporadically through this anthology, and it is, again, just pretty much banger after banger. There's ones that make you wanna howl, literally. And I love that. And then there are some that are just like devastating. Yeah, this was super fun to write. I was so grateful because I actually started with a completely different story. I was kind of writing a weird kind of American, or no, like American Psycho kind of story.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was, and then it was turning out not to be as feminist as I liked. So I saved it for later. It was so funny because like immediately after I realized the story wasn't working, I sent an email to Lindy and to Stephanie Wojtovich, who was the other editor on this this anthology, who's also like so amazing. I sent them an email and I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure my story's working. I don't think I'm gonna make the deadline. And apparently it was a common theme. So we got a little extension, and immediately after they told me I had like a little bit more time, the story popped into my head. Like immediately. Like I got that email and I saw this. I visualized this little girl in a room full of taxidermied heads, like mounted heads on the wall, and her taking a wolf head off the wall, putting it on, and then seeing a forest.
Oh.
And that's what popped into my head. And I was like, there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Story. And I was like, that was meant to happen. You know, I was meant to fuck up my deadline. I was meant to write like the wrong story first, you know. It felt that way. And I love this story. It's so incredibly bizarre. I had to learn so much about taxidermy.
Oh, that's unintended. I gotta learn about taxidermy now.
I've forgotten it all now. It's just the curse of my writing life. Learn an expert for a novel, an idiot forever.
And we got one more. Doug, you have a follow up? I'm sorry.
No, I just want to say I'm really looking forward to that. The fact that Rachel Harrison is involved too is
yeah,
cool.
and she's amazing. Yeah.
She's a pretty well known female author, especially in the whole like vampires and werewolves and all that sort of stuff. So that'll be really
another person who is just like, you know, such a great writer, but also just such a cool person, like in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one is not out now. That's soon, right?
November. Yeah. Okay.
And this one we have is out now, right?
Yes. Gabagool. Yes. This one is such a fun and also horrific anthology.
Okay.
This is bad for my story. I love that this anthology. This is another beautiful thing that came out of Ghoulish Book Festival.
That's true. Max Booth. Max Booth is in it too.
Yeah, I mean, Ghoulish Book Festival is a place of love and joy and book projects that, you know, things that are risen from just absolute bullshit talking and love.
And I see Michael Bullerice is in it too. That's
the greatest person in the world. I love them so much. Gabagool came from Mark and October Nights Press. It's all mafia horror, and I swear when I wrote my story, I'm like, there's no way. Because I just had so much fun writing it, so I thought that there was no way it was gonna get accepted. But God bless Mark for having a sense of humor. Mine is erotic horror, and
Erotic mafia horror. Okay.
yes, it's erotic mafia horror, and yeah, again, I don't want to spoil too much. But it's basically a man who has survived multiple murder attempts, a mafia member. And basically there's a bullet that almost kills him, and he falls in love.
Oh. With the bullet?
Maybe.
That would be funny. In an object love.
I don't want to spoil too much, but
please don't. So yeah.
All right. Oh, we have something else, Doug.
That never fails to make me dance. So, all right, Jess, let lead us in.
I mean, this is like my third or fourth rewatch. I don't even know. I love this show so much. I love all Mike Flanagan stuff. But I mean, I love this one as like, it feels like you really can like knock this out in like a day or two. Just watch each one of these fuckers die one by one. It's beautiful. It's really great. I don't know how to sell it to you any more than that. These people are terrible. Watch them die.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we can.
No, go back. I have things to talk about that with that. Quick.
Yeah, please.
All right, so quick. I love this show too.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Also, goddamn.
The lemon monologue is one of the greatest things ever written.
Monologue. The Kate Siegel, who's Mike Flanagan's wife,
yeah,
is the hottest horror woman I've ever seen in my life. She can act her fucking ass off. Just absolutely act her ass off. She's pretty and she's fucking super talented. Just like sells everything super well. Bruce Greenwood is fucking Bruce Greenwood.
Oh man, and to know that this was gonna be Frank Langella. It was supposed to be Frank Langella, and then he got accused of like sexual harassment. Sexual harassment or something like that, and he got replaced. And I was like, Bruce Greenwood should have been here from the get-go.
And it's interesting because it's Flanagan, and Flanagan had him in Gerald's Game, which is one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever.
Right?
And he was awesome in that, as was
good. No, this
Carla Gugino, but yes.
Henry fucking Thomas is so good in this.
Yes, he is. He's good in all the stuff.
He's good in everything, but this is giving me like Bly Manor vibes when he's like playing him and his double, like just like hissing at each other basically. Like, oh my god. So good. Also,
I would like to point out that the guys that did Kingslingers, that podcast that I mentioned, are doing now something called Flanagan's Wake, where they review all of Mike Flanagan's work.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is superb. And they they didn't get to the Fall of House of Usher yet, but they did do The Haunting of Hill House. But before that, they reviewed was it Barbara Jackson who wrote The Haunting of Hill House?
What? Shirley Jackson?
Shirley Jackson. I want Barbara Jackson. So they did the book first, and then they went through the series.
Oh, cool.
So they're doing Dr. Sleep the book, and then they're going to review the movie. And I can't wait to do that.
Yeah.
If you like podcasts, the Flanagan's Wake podcast, I think would be so much up your alley.
I'm such a big Mike Flanagan fan. And Jamie Flanagan. I love Jamie Flanagan too. So good.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, Greg. That was my little tangent into the Paul House Usher.
What's up with this one?
Riverdale forever, baby. The dumbest, greatest show ever written. Like literally, you can't get dumber or greater. It's actually the first season is tight and great. And I think it's first season is like YA Twin Peaks. It's really good.
Why Twin Peaks?
Yeah, it's good. And then it just gets wackier and wackier, and I fucking love that about it. Like literally, there's a point where like Veronica can't breathe on people because she is death breath. Like it's literally probably one of the most bonkers and amazing shows ever written. And I really love it. I just restarted it for probably like the 7th time. I love it. It's great. It's great background for writing.
I can't have shit going when I'm writing. I can't have music. I can't have noise.
No.
I need no noise. I need quiet.
You would have loved this this silent book club. I was at the bar when I was there recently.
That'd be all in my wheelhouse right there.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening?
I have to ask the idea of, so my daughter watched Riverdale. I never have. You said it's the dumbest, most awesome show ever.
Yeah.
I just finished the first season of Supernatural.
Oh.
And Supernatural is awesome and dumb at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You watch Supernatural, how does that compare to Riverdale in awesome and dumb context?
Honestly, I would think so. Riverdale is more like sparkly. It's more like stylistic than Supernatural. But I mean, I think I like Supernatural, but Supernatural is not built for to be binged. It's so monster of the week. It's tough on a binge. I think that makes it seem dumber.
See, here's the thing,
That's
Greg.
the problem when we binge these old shows that were supposed to be monster of the week kind of things. They seem way dumber. Because the thing is, you haven't even hit peak dumb Supernatural. You just started Supernatural?
I watched one season.
Supernatural. Like you haven't even.
That's not good because
Supernatural.
Jared Padalecki can't act worth a damn in that first season, and Jeffrey D. Morgan is terrible in the first season until this finale where he's evil. He gets infected, and then I'm like, this is the Jeffrey D. Morgan that rocks, and then everything else with Jeffrey D. Morgan previous to that sucks.
Yeah.
The only person who could act even remotely decently in that whole show in the first season is Jensen Ackles.
Yeah. Dean carries that fucking show for sure. Yeah. For sure. And honestly, it was pretty good until season 5. It was pretty good. You haven't even hit the worst shit in the world.
And what's funny is there's like people from X-Files in it, like the Smoking Man is in one of the episodes in the first season. I was like, what? And he's a bit part. He's in it for like fucking 5 minutes. And I'm like, that dude was like an awesome character in X-Files and used him for 5 minutes and I never saw him again.
See, that's the thing is there are episodes where you're like, okay. You're like, this is actually like damn.
There were some good episodes. And then there were some that were really terrible.
Some reveals and turns that are like pretty
very CW.
Yeah, but Doug, are you gonna get through 22 seasons?
No, I'm done. I'm done right now. I might watch more later. I'm not watching anymore right now.
Riverdale is it's more of a fantasy world.
Okay.
It's Riverdale. They have a crossover eventually with Sabrina, the Chilling Tales of Sabrina.
Archie and Sabrina
Well, no. They just have a crossover because it's the same universe apparently. The Chilling Tales of Sabrina that were on Netflix. So they kind of have a crossover because there's a part where everyone is witches. Or like a lot of people are witches. I can't explain Riverdale to you right now.
All right.
Well, so insane. It's so insane and beautiful.
Okay. Well, if you can't explain Riverdale, you can explain this one.
I can't explain this either. You
what
just
the fuck is that goddamn image? What is that?
You just need to experience it. My God.
Is that Nathan Fielder?
It is. Have you?
Oh, that explains a lot just by that.
Have neither of you seen the first or second season?
No.
Oh my goodness! So you need to watch the first season first. But yeah, I can't even. He basically has like a thing he's trying to perform, whatever, for an objective for the season. But to do that, he stages a bunch of rehearsals to make sure it goes absolutely right. In the second season, which is what I'm watching now, he's like focused on trying to make airline travel safer, which is like a legitimate cause he's trying to help with. And he's studying airline travel, and there's just a bunch of like rehearsals that happen to try to figure out why pilots don't ask their co-pilots for help, or they like refuse their help. It's really weird and devastating to see how many because they do they act out actual transcripts of pilots, like co-pilots being like, shouldn't we do this? And the pilot's like, shut up, it's my plane.
Shut up.
Yeah, like actual like they were reading like transcripts of actual crashes where people died like over and over, and it's always like the pilot is not listening to the co-pilot, and most of the time it's a woman.
Well, that kind of tracks. That kind of tracks.
So it's I was watching it, but my husband took a plane earlier this week, so I stopped watching it because I do not like planes. I don't like to fly. But luckily I got a message earlier that he just touched down, so he's good. He's good, everyone. He's home. Yay. But yeah, but the rehearsals that they do are very real looking. Like they have them in a plane that's like juddering and like siege, like fucking flames all around them. It's beautiful and horrifying.
Okay.
I recommend watch the first season first. That is also harrowing, but not as.
I was gonna say I don't know if that's a recommendation or not, Doug.
It's a not a binge. Not a binge.
I like to clarify that very few things are a binge for me.
Check it out
but
and
okay.
see how you feel after the first episode.
All right.
Greg's a binger. I am not. So.
I can be a binger, actually. How about that? I could also be a ditcher in 2 seconds. I can ditch your show in like
ding dong ditcher.
Heartbeat. But I didn't ditch this, which was the Fantastic Four. Saw that on the Tuesday discount show, Doug.
Nice.
My favorite.
Nice.
Love it. I liked it a lot more right after I saw it than I do today. And the reason is because it's a solid movie, it's fun. What's best about it is that it really immerses you into this world, their world, and it really is immersive, and it's really nice, and it's really like the costumes and the settings and all that. I just wish the character development was a little bit more. I grew up with the Fantastic Four, but if I didn't grow up with the Fantastic Four and this is my first exposure to them, I would be like, what do they do? So like there wasn't really any like character development. It was just a straight in your face superhero movie. It was entertaining, it was fun, it was engaging. It made you laugh. It was great. It went fast. And Pedro Pascal, So
and Vanessa Kirk.
So that alone kept me in the movie, and it's a good one. And I recommend it, but don't get your expectations too high. And that Super Woke movie was better in my opinion. So there's that.
Also, if you could bring up that image of the Fantastic Four again, Greg, I have a question on the movie poster. Why is Johnny Five in the fucking movie poster next to Vanessa Kirby? Like, who's Johnny?
Where's Johnny?
From Shorts. Remember the movie Short Circuit? He's down on the left.
Yeah, Johnny Five.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
then. Anyway,
sorry about that. I was just sorry. That was a deep cut there. Sorry.
Well, yeah, we'll segue out of that real fast and go here, Doug.
All right, so I started watching this. I'm actually going to stop and wait for Jill to watch it with me because I think she'd really like this. This Slow Horses is basically like MI5 Herbie. Thanks, Daniel. So Slow Horses is basically it's Gary Oldman is like the head of an office of just fuck ups from MI5, and it's Gary Oldman is a drunk chain smoking guy who runs this MI5 office of people who are just fucked up so much that they have to go into this area to not get drubbed out. What's that?
Is he American or British?
British. This is all in Britain.
Oh, drunk British Gary Oldman? Okay.
Yeah. And one of the main characters, Olivia, is she was from House of the Dragon. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Her name's Olivia Clarke, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
She was one of the main characters in House of the Dragon, and it was I'm gonna say it's Olivia Cook. I was right, and she's
I love
super.
Her. She was in Bates Motel.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, this is really good. And it's funny because they're like trying to redeem themselves constantly. And Gary Oldman's kind of like, fuck it, we're just fuck ups. And he just belittles the shit out of people, but he passes out drunk at his desk. Like, just like kind of fucking weird and funny. And I think I'm going to have to, I think my wife would actually dig this quite a bit. So I'm going to have to.
I might have to watch. That's on Apple Plus, right?
That's what Apple Plus is.
Okay.
Also, Apple Plus is a very underrated app for the really great shows on it.
Because I love a morning show.
Severance.
I love like Long Way Round and the Ewan McGregor and Charlie show, like where they travel around. I love Physical. That's so good. There are a bunch.
What about Severance? Have you watched Severance?
Yeah, Severance is amazing.
And then there's also what's the fucking thing with Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso.
Fuck yeah, Ted Lasso.
And Murderbot. JHG mentioned Murderbot, which Murderbot is a show I need to watch with my wife as well because that is fucking funny. I watched the
first 2 episodes. That was really good.
It's super funny.
There are a bunch. There was one that was just kind of a one-off that was like Bad Sisters. That was really good. Like there are just a bunch of like.
I haven't watched Hijacked, Greg, but that's got Idris Elba, so that's. I might have to watch it just because of that fucking hotness right there. So maybe I need to watch it just for that.
Doug, believe it or not, Severance was on my TV for about 10 minutes yesterday. No bullshit.
And then you quit on it.
I fell asleep. So anyway,
his Audi took over.
Yeah. So, Doug, what the hell is going on with this,
dude? I'm just gonna tell you, if you want to watch something where there's super catchy music, the storyline is all about believing in yourself and weird stuff like that. My daughter was like, "You need to watch this because it's really good," and it was really good. I am not a person who really likes a lot of animated movie things, and this was really excellent. And I'm going to tell you, just if you like pop music at all, Greg, and I know you like pop music, you will really like this particular movie because the songs are like super catchy. The people that are singing it can sing their fucking ass off. It's a good thing. And what's really incredible is that they incorporate Korean language into their pop songs. Like when they're singing, it's not just here's a bunch of fucking white people singing this and being in that. And I'm going to tell you, Daniel, if you want something that's just a fun watch, it's a fun watch. And it's like an hour and a half. And so it's not super long. So, I would suggest watching that. It's fun. I started watching the first Foundation and I just could not get into it, which is a bummer because I'm a sci-fi fan. So,
all right.
Anyway, sorry for my diatribe on K-pop.
You're fine. Like I've been interested to watch it.
It's a fun. It literally is just a fun watch. It's nothing deep. It's just fun and good music. And for the record, I fucking hate musicals. So, like me listening to a movie that has a bunch of music in it is very
I love
unlike me.
musicals, so like, I just haven't. I don't really have a steady access to Netflix, so I haven't gotten around to it.
That's why I was like, wait, did Doug cut and paste the wrong picture into the
Nope.
slide?
Nope. I watch it because my daughter's like, you need to watch this, and I'm like, great.
No, everyone, like, I've heard lots of people say it's good.
That's the second thing they had suggested me that I thought was really excellent, and I went in with very low expectation. There was something she suggested called "I Saw the TV Glow," which is basically.
Oh, I love that movie.
That movie is really great. It's basically a story about being trans. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, that ending makes me like
cry. Ending made me cry. I was very teary at the end of that.
Oh my god, that ending is so painful. Oh,
yep.
Yeah, I love that movie so much.
That's cool. I guess we'll do this.
All right. Lager and Gosa.
Very different.
Yeah, if they were in a competition, it would be very unfair. But because, well, a lager is just a lager, Doug. And then, the Babes Brew. I don't know, everyone I've had of theirs has been really excellent. But of course, women in beer generally is excellence. So there you go with that.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So thanks, Doug, for both them.
Yeah, for sure, bud. Okay. So this one exploded on me, but it was a pretty decent Czech pills. So tasty. I had my banana thicker than Snicker, which was really sweet but decent. The Yorkshire Stingo, which was the last thing I had.
Dingo.
This is super interesting, even at a year aged. I didn't have it fresh, so I have no comparison for it. But having an ale that is aged in oak barrels and then also aged in my cellar for a year, which aging in a cellar doesn't do much except let the kind of alcohol play with itself. So really, honestly, they were all good. None of them were like, this is the best. It's not that. They were just all good. So I was lucky that I had all good beers.
Just had her stand by.
Attaboy.
Made in Maryland.
Can we see the can again? The front of the can?
Good. Keeps it juicy. Keeps it loosey.
Now can we see the front of the can again? Greg asked.
Oh, yeah. Attaboy.
Guava de Gar.
Oh.
Also, that is a simple design that's very effective.
Yeah. Yeah. And they all the cans look like this, just different label, like different name on it, and that's it.
Well, all right, Jessica.
Good simple brewery.
That's excellent. And thank you for joining us. It's been excellent. We don't want to hold you. We got you for 2 hours, so we're good. Anything that you would like to talk about here on the way out? Anything you'd like to mention? We know that Pins, right? Did I get that right?
Yep, Pins is available
now. Excellent. It's available now, you said?
Yep, it's available now. You can hit up Madness Heart Press. It's also at all the normal places, Amazon, Google it. You can find Bookshop, all that kind of stuff. Hit me up if you want signed copies. I also got copies of Quiet Ways I Destroy You, Seek and Hide, other Train Derails in Boston, baby.
Sorry, Doug, I missed you again.
I got some print. I can sign and sell to you. So if you want, and just hit me up if you want anything, any blackout poetry, I'm open for commissions. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Woo! Look at this girl. That's me. That's me tearing off my leg.
That's also a really
Isn't
good
that
cover.
great? Isn't that so great?
No.
I love
And then we have these two. This one is out right now, right?
Is out. It's out. Go get it. A melange of mafia horror, including my absolutely reprehensible erotic horror story that I got paid for. Like, you're gonna read it and you're like, someone paid her for this, that she should be put in jail because it's gonna make you so hot.
Maybe a sexy jail.
You're not gonna wanna get turned on by it, but you will. And how? Oh my gosh, this is the funnest thing ever, the scariest thing ever. Go get, like, you can pre-order it now on Amazon, I believe, and hit up Black Spot Books. Get you some Howl.
Nice.
Excellent. Doug, final words, and we'll just go out with Jess here.
I just want to say thanks again for jumping on here. I want to remind folks next week we will be off because Greg will be at Great Taste of the Midwest and I will be at Barrel and Flow. So we'll both be at beer festivals. So next Friday we will not have a show. But we are returning after that with a guest that I was pretty happy to grab. It is our dad blogger friend Eric Martinez, who is now a rom-com actor, which is fucking just awesome to just see how he came to that. He's a coffee shop owner in Colorado. So like he's got a great, super interesting story to tell. So I'm really, really excited to have him on. But again, Jess, thank you so much for popping on with us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.
And we'll be checking in soon with you, Jess. Good luck with everything that's coming out. And Eric Martinez, Doug, should be a latte fan.
Oh.
I'll see you. See y'all later.
Okay, fucking dead.